Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Today we will discuss about Archimedes principle. In this Archimedes principle, today we will discuss about buoyant force and relative density in Archimedes principle. Previous class we discussed about atmospheric pressure and barometer and normal pressure, fluid pressure, etc. Today we will discuss about Archimedes principle and buoyant force. First, this lesson is used for IIT and JEE mains. This is in 6th or 7th or 8th. Okay. First, Archimedes principle. In Archimedes principle, buoyant force. Buoyant force. Definition: the force acted upward in fluid is called buoyant force or upthrust. Means we always know the thrust will act always to down to surface. Thrust surface. Always thrust is due to weight of the body, that is acts to perpendicular to the surface. But in this buoyant force in fluids, that will apply the thrust upward. In fluid that has upward pressure, downward pressure, sideways pressure, all pressures. But upward pressure or upward thrust is very important. And we draw a diagram. This is the diagram. This is the diagram and this is an object. What is the diagram of the pressure? Active. Downward pressure, upward pressure from the bottom of the container, sideways pressure, depth increases. This is the diagram of upthrust, or this is the main diagrammatic symbol for what is the pressure supply, and this is very important diagram. And now we see about buoyant force. Volume of the particle equal to volume of the water displaced. Here displaced means the volume of the water was spoiled. Volume of the water spoiled. Here you take a container. You take a container like this. This is a hole to go the water, and drop a 2-meter cube or a 2-meter cube object, and store the displaced water in another container, and measure the volume of 2. Now you find the water displaced and the volumes object is equal. Both are equal volumes. This is because it is of upthrust. And another for upthrust. Another experiment. Take a 5 kg rod and measure in air 5 kgs, and take a container and place that and measure in water. That is change. Here weight in air is always greater than weight in water. This is due to the upthrust in the fluid. This is the main. Weight in water or liquid is always less than the weight in air, and in some cases that has the apparent loss. This is greater, this is less. Next, apparent loss. Apparent loss of weight equal to weight in air minus weight in water. Weight in air minus weight in water. Okay friends, this is apparent loss. This is apparent loss. Okay friends, next apparent weight. Apparent weight. This is normally and physically apparent weight is always 0. Why this apparent weight is 0 means, here you keep the 5 kg object in the liquid and take off it and again measure in air. That shows 5 kg. There is no apparent loss means water in air minus weight, weight in air minus weight in air. First measure the container in air and place in liquid and take and again measure the weight. These two weights in air difference only apparent weight. There is no difference in apparent weight, always 0. But in some conditions apparent weight will be more than 0 in some conditions. In reality, that the apparent weight is always 0. Apparent weight is always 0. Next, upthrust. See friends, here loss in weight due to the upthrust of the liquid means upthrust equal to apparent loss in weight. The upthrust and the apparent loss in weight is always equal. Upthrust equal to apparent loss in weight. Okay friends. Next we discuss about relative density. Sorry for not relative density. Now we discuss about Archimedes principle. The body is immersed fully or partially in a liquid. The object immersed fully or partially in a fluid. The fluid displaced, the weight of fluid displaced and upthrust is always equal. And Archimedes principle is also used to calculate the upthrust. And what is the formula of Archimedes principle means? Rho V G. This is the in this formula we can find upthrust. Archimedes principle is used is helpful to calculate the upthrust. Here density of fluid displaced into volume of fluid here this symbol is indicates the density. Means this symbol is we can say that is rho, volume of the fluid displaced, or before we see volume of the fluid displaced equal to volume of the object. We can write volume of the object, of the immersed object. Immersed object into G value. G value means 9.8 meter per second square or nearestly 10 meter per second square, or 980 centimeter per second square or 1000 centimeter per second square. That is the constant value of G in earth. Here density of the fluid displaced into volume of the fluid displaced into G value equal to the upthrust. This is known as Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle. Okay friends, now we can discuss about relative density and their formulas. And sorry friends, now we see the units. Upthrust, Newton and dyne. Newton is SI, dyne is CGS. Relative density, no units. No units. Relative density has no units always. Okay friends, this is the two main units in Archimedes principle. And now we discuss about relative density. Relative density means in the fluid displaced S. First formula, sorry friends, density of the object, density of the object by density of fluid. First, density of the object by density of the fluid. Why the relative density has no units? Now we can say an example. Density of the object is 1 kg per meter cube, and density of the fluid is 2 kg per meter cube. Sorry friends, 1 kg per meter cube. Now density of the object 1 kg per meter cube by 1 kg by meter cube. Density of the fluid is, here 1 cancel and here the both units are cancelled because of in numerator and denominator that has both are densities. The density units are cancelled and relative density has no units. No units. The second formula of relative density is weight in air by apparent loss in weight. Apparent loss in weight, or we can say what is the apparent weight in weight formula is weight in air by weight in air minus weight in water. Weight in air minus weight in water. This is another formula for relative density. The third formula for relative density is, here also we can prove relative density has no units. Same example, what is the units of weight is newtons. Weight in air is 1 Newton. Weight in air it is 1 Newton. Weight in air minus weight in water equal to 2 Newtons. And we can say both are weights. The both are weights and their units and their numerical values will cancel and there is no unit. And there is no unit for relative density. And third formula is apparent loss in fluid by apparent loss in water. This we can write apparent loss in fluid equal to weight in air minus weight in fluid. Next, apparent loss in water equal to weight in air minus weight in water. This is another formula for relative density. Relative density. The fourth process relative density, if they give x part was immersed, so x part is visible to surface, what is relative density? Example, take a container and place a wood block or anything. The sum of the part will float and sum of the part will immerse. If they give the visible part, they ask to find the immersed part. Nothing but that is a relative density. If they give x part, means x part relative density, how we can find, equal to 1 minus x. If they give x like 1 by 10, this is visible. Relative density is nothing but the immersed part, means 1 minus 1 by 10 equal to 9 by 10 is the relative density. The formula is 1 minus x. This is the formula for relative density. And another process for solving the questions. See friends, if they give 1 by 5th part was immersed in example question friends, immersed in water and what is the density of immersed particle? There is only 1 by 5th part only immersed. They will not give any density. But you know what? The constant density of the water. You know the constant density of water. What is the constant density of water means? Solution density of water equal to 1000 kg per meter cube or 1 gram per centimeter cube. This is the constant density of the water. And now you easily multiply the immersed part into density of fluid. Why I mentioned fluid? Means in this question they give water, in another question they give oil or another anything. If they give what oil, that like they give bracket oil density equal to 526, that like they give a constant value in bracket equal to 1 by 5th part immersed into 1000 kg per meter cube, 200 equal density of the object is 200 kg per meter cube. 200 kg per meter cube. Thank you friends. Welcome to our thank you friends. Today class was completed. Archimedes principle and upthrust. Archimedes principle is used for calculate the upthrust. Okay friends. Thank you.